Lily, Ashley, and Camille, congratulations on season 2. I am totally obsessed with it, and I cannot wait for fans to see it. Lily and Ashley, I spoke with you for season 1, but Camille, nice to finally meet you via Zoom.
Nice
you look amazing. Your
Oh,
backdrop, and your outfit. I feel like you belong in the show.
Yeah, well, I mean, these are the last interviews of the year before the holiday, so I had to go all out. So lovely to chat with you all. Congratulations on season 2. Like I said, I follow you all on social media, and I love seeing your real life friendship outside of the show. And I'm curious, if there's any organic moments from your real life friendship that have made it onto the show. Lily and Ashley, I want to begin with you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's so many that I think, especially in season 2, as they live together, there are so many instances where we would finish each other's sentences and like laugh. A lot of the laughter, the hysterical laughing within scenes is usually us. One moment that I remember in the first scene us 3 shot together, I don't even know if you know this, was that like in the script, I remember me and Camille have to come up to Lily, and it was the first thing that, again, we were all doing together on the first day, and me and Camille were like, what if we just like run up and pretend like we're gonna scare Lily or whatever, and that's what like made it in.
It's so
true. But like that's exactly what we would do as friends, and be like, oh, there she is. Okay, let's go up and like whatever. And it made us all laugh and everything. So a lot of in every scene, basically, there's got to be a moment
there for 100%. Yeah.
Camille, is there anything within the birthday soiree moment in episode 3 that you felt was organic? Because that was the most dramatic birthday soiree I've ever seen.
I mean, I love that scene so much. The thing with the glass and everything. It's so like theatrical, and it's such a drama queen moment, kind of. We loved doing that. So yeah, it was very fun to do.
I will say, and I'll just maybe make her blush or not, but the way that scene was shot was an all-nighter, and we finished at like 6 a.m. right as the sun was coming up. It was freezing, it was late, we were tired, and the last thing we shot was Camille's coverage of when I'm chasing after her down the side street, and she turns and she's like emotional and crying and telling me to like F off, essentially. And I couldn't believe how Camille just like turned it on at like 6 a.m. She was so amazing, so professional, and just so emotionally available like that. She's just so amazing. And I felt like she just was so genuinely in the moment. And it was just that party scene in general. She had to go like this all the time.
I mean, and it was a true gift to be able to sit there and watch like the performance with like the glass and go, bullshit. Like I was like, this is the best day of my life.
Yeah,
like,
it was intense.
It was unreal. Yeah.
I love it. And of course, Ashley, when Mindy, her having that little extra scene at the end of after the credits was like so fun. I love that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I forgot about the fry pan one. Yeah. That was fun.
That's the first time they did like a little scene after the credits, and it was so worth it. I loved it.
Darren had said, he was like, we really want it. We just like couldn't, he was like, there's no way we can end the episode. Like it's such a dramatic, they've just poured their hearts out like episode on that. But he was like, but we just like couldn't cut it. So they like put it in as a little tab, which is fun.
So good. Lily, I'm curious, when the Emily in Paris title card pops up in each episode, it's always in a different spot, always in a different color, kind of to match her outfits or mood. Do you know when that title card sequence is going to be happening while you're filming?
No, and I've never been asked that question, and it's something that resonated with me watching it this season more than ever, because I was always like, oh, that was smart. Oh, that's cute. Yeah. I didn't realize that. How did they do that? So I have no idea. I never know. I think it's obviously done after the fact with whatever it is that I'm wearing, or like interspersed within a building or something. I think it's so cheeky and so cute, and it really like sets the tone for the episode.
That first one though, when you like hit the wall while you're running, and it's like boom, I was like, whoa! It was like, yeah.
It sets the tone for sure.
Yeah, I remember that first one was like bam in white, and I'm like, oh my god, it's insane. Oh my gosh, I'm blown away that you don't know where it's going to be when you're filming, but I love that. Ladies, congratulations! I love the girls' trip in Saint-Tropez too. I feel like you guys had like a blast filming this season, so I cannot wait for fans to see it. Thank you all for your time today, and happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays.
Well, Lucien and Luca, congratulations on season 2. I absolutely adored the season. I think that Alfie is an incredible addition to this group of characters. And Luca, good to see you again. I spoke with you a year ago for season 1, so nice to see you again.
Again.
Yeah, yeah. No, I remember when I spoke with you last year, I told you that your social media was going to blow up and fans were going to love the show. And I honestly just want to get your reaction about the insanely positive audience and fan reactions to season 1 and how that changed your life.
Well, I think we barely talked about it on Instagram when you were like, "See, I told you so," and you were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, wow." And life is pretty much the same. I have a close group of friends. I've been working a lot, so I didn't really get to experience a different type of lifestyle. And when I'm in Paris, we're wearing masks and everything. So life is pretty much the same. It's just work-wise. I got so many great opportunities, and also I got to work with amazing actors that I admired for so long. So that's the only difference as far as I can see.
I love how you're so humble. Lucien, I was curious if you actually had a chemistry read with Lily. When I spoke with Luca, he said he did and worked with Darren, but I wanted to know what your process was in getting added in season 2 here.
It was kind of wild to me. I was in New York working on some of the projects at the time, and I got a phone call from my manager. She said, "Lucien, drop everything you're doing. Darren Star wants to see you read for Alfie, for Emily in Paris." And I was like, "Okay, here we go." So I dropped everything, managed to send back these self-tapes within the hour, and I got a phone call back saying, "Darren and Lily want a Zoom call with you tomorrow." So I was like, "Oh wow, this is real. This is getting real." And then we jumped on the call. Lily had just done a full day shoot. And yeah, I think the call was scheduled for about 15-20 minutes. We was on there for just under an hour. And after the call, there was like, "Right, thank you very much. We'll see you soon." And I was like, "Okay, you don't want to read?" Yeah, I'm like, "Okay, what's going on?" And then I got a phone call saying, "You're heading out to Paris next week." So yeah, I was honestly just blown away by what Darren had obviously done with the first season, and just how incredible Lily is as a person. And yeah, I'm not, my feet haven't hit the ground since booking this job to where I am now, to be honest.
Well, just wait until it hits Netflix next week. Last question for you. Obviously, Gabrielle and Alfie, they're kind of competing for Emily's attention in a way, but the characters do get along in the show. You guys have a really good scene where you're in the restaurant and watching a game together. I'm curious what the two of you did outside of filmmaking to get to know each other and hang around in Paris. Luca, I'll start with you.
Oh God, trick question. We just been, I had a fellow Brit with me, a fellow roast beef, and I had to show him the way. And there's no rivalry between France and England. We love each other, so it was good to have this bromance on set and off set. I wasn't alone in the middle of the girls and the girls drama, so it was really good to have Alfie and Lucien, and we just, we experienced Paris the way you're supposed to experience it, but there's nothing I can share about that.
Lucien, do you want to expand on the bromance?
On the bromance is under lock and key until we hit 50. I think we can let that open up again. But yeah, honestly, to come on to second season onto any gig, it's difficult, especially a show for like such magnitude like this, and to be taken in by my main man like he did was wonderful. They're his streets, that's his world, and to walk behind him it was lovely. And yeah, I've got a brother for life in him, and I'm really, really thankful for the time that we had together. And you're never gonna know what happened. You're never gonna know what happened. You're never gonna know what went down. So
I'm so curious now. I need to know. Well, maybe I'll hear more when we get a season 3, because the cliffhanger, oh my God, I cannot wait to see what happens. There's too many cliffhangers, so I'm so excited to see season 3. Thank you both so much for your time today, and congratulations on season 2. I absolutely loved it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Lauren. Love your wall.
Oh, thank you. Bye, guys. Well, Darren, so nice to chat with you again. And for season 1, I chatted with you and Lily together. And as you know, Emily in Paris and Sex and the City are 2 of the best series of all time. I absolutely love season 2. Yes, you're welcome. I absolutely love season 2, and I cannot wait for fans to see this new season. So congratulations to you, first of all.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. I was just speaking with Lily, and I love it when the Emily in Paris title card shows up differently in every single
Right, right.
episode. She told me that she is not aware when you're going to place it in, and she doesn't know what the shot is going to be. So I wanted to get your perspective on that, on how you choose when the iconic Emily in Paris title card is going to show up in each episode.
We play with it in the editing room. We sort of see it can go here, it can go there, and we play around with it. And then, sometimes someone will have an inspiration and be like, let's try it here. And, sometimes the editors will put it in and I'll be like, oh my God, I love it there. And, we move it around, we have fun with it. We try to like make it visually interesting and surprising. And it's like, it's definitely fun to play around with that.
It always matches like her mood or like her outfit or something. In the initial
right.
episode where she's like being slammed on it, I absolutely love that.
Right.
Yeah, it was so good. Well, yeah. I as much as I love Camille as a character, my OTP one true pairing is Emily and Gabrielle. I love their chemistry together, and I'm shipping them so much. I cannot wait to see what happens in season 3. I'm curious for you, without giving the fans away too much. What can you tell us about the future for Emily and Gabrielle's relationship?
Well, I think season 2 makes it even more complicated, and I think
does.
Emily, in a way, has like made her bed in season 2, and now she has to deal with it. And I think it's like, if in season 1 she really wanted to try to make amends for sort of like crossing a line with a friend, I think season 2 has put her in a much more complicated place.
Yes, it really does. I was also, when I spoke with Lucien, he said that he did a chemistry read with with you and Lily via Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious what I love the addition of Alfie this season. First of all, I think all of the girls are going to love it, but I'm interested to see for you what inspired you to create that character and have that additional love interest for Emily in this new season.
I mean, I feel like Gabrielle in some ways was going to be off the table for Emily in season 2. And I wanted her to find somebody who she could really relate to, who was in Paris in a similar way, but was having a different experience. And I think that was sort of the inspiration for Alfie to begin with, somebody that could like bust her chops a little bit. And there wasn't initially a love interest, because he doesn't come in as a love interest. He comes in as like somebody who she's kind of like, I think it makes her sort of, question. He really kind of makes her question herself. And I think she unexpectedly makes him see things differently. And I think that's sort of what is what makes their relationship interesting.
Yeah. Well, last question for you. Obviously, I love Sex and the City so much, and I'm sure you're going to be getting this question all day, all the time. What is your reaction to everyone's, very spirited reactions over Mr. Big's untimely death in episode 1 of And Just Like That? Because I feel like all of the world is talking about it right now.
Yeah, there's no way you can't have a reaction to a favorite character that you love, sort of like getting killed off in a surprising way. But that's life, and that's and that's just the next step, next part of Carrie's journey.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Carrie and Mr. Big are one of the best TV couple of all time. So I love them so much. Darren, I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for everything.
Okay.
And when are we going to get season 3? I need to see what happens.
Please ask Netflix and get back to me.
Those cliffhangers at the end. I can't wait to see what the decisions are that she makes. Thank you, Darren, so much for your time.
We need that season 3. Thank you.
Well, we need season 3 like today. Yeah. Thank you, Darren. Happy holidays. Well, Philippine and Sam, congratulations on season 2. Nice to Zoom meet you. Emily in Paris is one of my favorite shows, and you guys are total fan favorites. I absolutely adored this season, and I love that we get to see your characters actually speaking more French with each other. So first of all, congratulations on this new season.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Philippine, my first question's for you. I absolutely love Sylvie. I love how she's so powerful and a no-nonsense character, and that we get to see a little bit more of her love life this season. I'm curious what you hope that fans will see more of her in this season and pick up on, because I just love the expansion of her character in this new season.
Well, I hope that people understand that being vulnerable doesn't mean being weak. And you can be strong and vulnerable. You're usually very strong because you're vulnerable. So that's what I'm trying. That's what Sylvie goes through with this season. She's completely overwhelmed by this American invasion, and she has to deal with something else privately, and yet she tries to.
Yeah, there's a lot of surprises that we find out about her this season that completely blew me away. So I love that answer. Sam, for you, I love how Julien is such a positive character and he's so funny. I'm curious, when you stepped back into the role with this new season, what's something that the character taught you about your own self? Something like a trait of his that maybe you picked up on, or similarities that the two of you share?
Well, I think that, I'm way more introvert than he is.
Oh, wow.
And I think I really, really, really like the fact that he's a very free character. He can say whatever he wants, whenever he wants. That's not what I do. But yeah, now I feel like I can speak up a bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know. I love that answer. Well, the character of Luke, obviously played by Bruno, I love the scene where he takes Emily to the cemetery for her birthday lunch. And it got me thinking, what's the strangest place that someone has taken you to for a lunch or dinner date? I think for me, it would have to be, I actually have been to a cemetery on like a date one time, but Philippine, I'll begin with you. What's the strangest place someone has taken you to for a lunch or dinner date?
It was one of my best friends that took me to have a picnic on a bridge on my birthday, on a bridge called the Pont des Arts in Paris. I was alone and it was my birthday and it was a weird moment of my life. And she said, "I'm coming to pick you up." She had this picnic basket and she laid a tablecloth on the bridge, which is only for people walking. There's no cars. So obviously, and we just, sat there and had champagne, and the basket was full of incredible food, and it was so beautiful, so sweet, so wonderful. So just having a picnic on a bridge in Paris, that was very nice for my birthday.
Oh, I love that. Sam, what about for you?
I think that, it was weird, but it was cool. Like my friends took me to a place where, you get into a washing machine, and I'm not joking. It's for real. You get into a washing machine and then there is like a bar.
Oh, okay.
Bar, restaurant in it.
Oh.
And that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've never heard of anything like that before, but it sounds really interesting.
It wasn't in Paris, but I checked it out. There is stuff like that a bit everywhere around the world.
Oh my gosh, I will have to look it out and see if there's something like that over here. Oh, well, last question for the two of you. I know with season 2, you went back to Paris while you were filming, during the pandemic. I'm curious if what you all did as a cast to hang out outside of filming, if you were able to get a chance to hang out and have fun outside of filming. Philippine, I want to begin with you.
By the time we're filming, actually Paris had reopened, so people were going out. It wasn't like in lockdown. So it was cool.
It was fine.
It was just cool to hang out in bars. Now, I wasn't hanging out in bars too much because Sylvie goes to bed.
Yeah.
Sylvie has to work. Sylvie's in character, so she's absolutely horrible to people. So people don't like her while she's shooting. So she goes home.
Oh my God, I love that so much. I can't wait for fans to see this new season. Congratulations to both of you. That cliffhanger at the end, I cannot wait for season 3. I want you guys to film season 3 right away. I cannot wait for more of your characters. Thank you both so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.